You ever get that quiet, nagging feeling in the back of your mind? That question, am I living a life that's actually mine? It's a huge question, right? Well, today, we're not just going to ask it. We're going to map out how you can answer that with a confident yes and start building a life you'll be proud to look back on. So, if we want to build a future with no regrets, it really helps to learn from the past, and specifically from people at the very, very end of their lives. We're going to take a look at the incredible work of a palliative care nurse named Bronnie Ware, who spent years listening to the final thoughts of the dying. She took everything she learned and put it into this really powerful book. And what she captured, wow, it's just this unfiltered honesty that you only get at the end of life. It gives you this crystal clear picture of what really truly matters when all the noise fades away.
Okay, listen to these. The number one regret, the one that came up over and over again, was this: I wish I'd had the courage to live a life true to myself. The others are just as powerful: working too hard, not saying how you really feel, losing touch with friends. You see the pattern here, right? It's never about wishing for more money or a bigger house. It's always about authenticity, connection, and relationships.
This is the big question, isn't it? Knowing these regrets gives us a huge advantage. We get to learn from them and make different choices, starting literally right now. So let's pivot from understanding the problem to actually building the solution, a life lived on purpose.
And here's where it all starts. It's a simple truth, really. You can't live a life that's true to yourself if you don't even know who you are. So the first step, the absolute foundation for everything else, is taking a journey inward to figure out what you're all about. And we can break that journey down into a really clear 3-step process, drawing from the Journey to Self-Discovery workbook. First, you got to figure out your core values. Then you discover what you're passionate about. And finally, you turn all that self-knowledge into an actual plan of action.
Okay, step 1, values. Just think of your values as your personal compass. They guide you. For instance, if community is a core value for you and you get 2 job offers, you'll know to choose the one in your hometown even if the other one pays more. Your values help you make decisions both big and small that keep you on your true path.
All right, next up, passion. I love this quote from Oprah because it's so true. Passion is just pure energy. It's the fuel for a life that feels amazing. I mean, think about it. What are the things you do where you totally lose track of time? What just lights you up inside? That feeling, that's your passion, and it's a massive clue to finding your purpose. Okay, so you've done the inner work. You know your values, you know your passions. Now what? You need a way to connect all that to the outside world, right? Well, for that, we can turn to this incredible Japanese concept that gives us the perfect framework. It's called ikigai. It roughly translates to a reason for being. And it's not just some nice idea. It's a super practical tool for finding that sweet spot where what you love to do actually meets what the world needs you to do. The ikigai framework basically has you ask 4 simple but really deep questions. What do you love? That's your passion. What are you good at? That's your talent. What can you be paid for? That's your profession. And finally, what does the world need? That's your mission. Now, your ikigai, your reason for being, isn't in just one of these. It's right there in the middle, that magic spot where all 4 of them overlap.
And this is the real genius of ikigai. It shows us that a true purpose isn't just about what makes us happy, it's about how we can contribute. It's that beautiful intersection where the thing that lights you up also brings some light to the world around you. That's where you find that deep, lasting fulfillment.
But look, a map and a compass are great, but they're only useful if you're actually prepared for the journey. And life? Well, life is going to throw some curveballs. To navigate all that without getting knocked off your path, you absolutely need the right mindset. This is where being resilient becomes your superpower. And here's a really powerful idea from the author Manoj Chenthamarakshan. A huge piece of this is how you think about failure. A fixed mindset sees failure as a wall, a dead end, but a growth mindset, it sees failure as data, as a lesson, as an essential stepping stone on the way to getting where you want to go. So this growth mindset is really built on a few other key shifts. It means you start treating your time like it's the most valuable currency you have. You invest it, you don't just spend it. It's about practicing gratitude, which literally rewires your brain to see what's good. It's about learning to see fear for what it is, usually just an illusion that's holding you back. And maybe most important of all, it's remembering that success isn't a place you arrive at. It's the quality of the journey you're on, day in and day out. So let's bring this all home.
we've talked about knowing your values, finding your purpose with Ikigai, and mastering your mindset. So what does all of that add up to? Well, it adds up to one incredibly empowering truth. You are not just some character in a story that someone else is writing. Nope, you are holding the pen. You have the power and, yeah, the responsibility to write your own story.
And that is the ultimate takeaway here. Living a life without regret, it's not about being perfect or never messing up. Of course not. It's about being intentional. It's about making a conscious choice every single day to be the one writing your story, chapter by chapter, based on what you value, fueled by what you love, and guided by a mindset that can handle anything.
So, I'm just going to leave you with this one question. Now that you know you're the author, now that you're holding the pen, what will your next chapter be?